Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Marcus or Moistini back with another video. Today we are doing little tips and tricks for all my thumbs playing friends out there. Just thumbs only. I won't be giving any advice for anything else because I'm a thumbs only player. So let's dive into it. Right here's my layout. I put the opacity on so you kind of see everything. Playing with two thumbs, there's a few things you got to know. You just can't do things that other people who play with 3 or 4 fingers do. You just can't do it. But you can see more screen, I guess. That's your positive. You have no problem seeing screen. So I've been playing thumbs only on every mobile game I've played since mobile games were a thing. So why change now? That being said, here's the layout. I got my fire button in the top left. That one is just a normal fire button. So if I just tap it, I would just start hip firing. Then I got my movement to the left right there, that big circle with the dude above it. Then you got the buttons to the right? And I pretty much do everything with my right thumb. As you can see, there's a big cluster of buttons over there. There is the crouch, jump, aim in, and then the aim in and fire button, or the big fire button on the right with a bullet in it. So that's pretty much where I do most of my killing, is through that right thumb. You can see the bullet and you can also see the scope in it because it does both. So it's very important to know how that's set up, right? I also wanted to know the centering. I do have a little thing in the center right there. It's hard to see because the opacity isn't up, but you can see that the it's there. That way, like when I'm reloading, I can still see what I'm centered for. So that's kind of an important thing to know if you do care about that kind of thing. Not everybody does. That being said, let's talk about my movement with my left thumb and this fire button over here. Left thumb, I pretty much only strafe, right? I'm a thumbs player. I cannot touch the jump button and shoot at the same time unless I want to not move in any way, like left or right. I would just have to jump up and down. You know what I'm saying? So it's very difficult to do that as a thumbs player. The main thing I do is strafe back and forth like Black Ops 4. If you don't know what I'm talking about, literally just Google Black Ops 4 gameplay and you will literally see people strafing back and forth. If you really want to find a good video, type in double stock SOG in Black Ops 4 and that'll really help you. Anyway, crouch button. When you're sprinting, that helps you slide, or that's how you slide. Good to slide cancel. If you don't know how to slide cancel, that's going to be as soon as you're running, hit the slide button and then tap the fire button right below it on my screen that's highlighted. And that'll be a slide cancel. Do it quick. The quicker you do it, the more effective it is. That being said, even if you do it slow, you just tap it and then tap that button. It's still a slide cancel. It is just not as effective and it's not as good. So I'm just letting you know right now. Highlighted right now is that jump button. I don't jump much unless I'm trying to like hit a snipe. So I'm trying to like jump snipe somebody over like the car or something like that. Then I'll jump in, but I'm not a big jumper. I don't really jump in gunfights. I don't jump really at all, I'll be honest with you. Unless I'm slide jumping for something. Other than that, I don't really jump. So with that being said, there's also the ADS button over there. That right ADS button and then that left fire button. That's how I use the swordfish. If you've seen some of my clips, you'll see that I use the swordfish a lot, and that's how I use it. I literally don't move. I just pre-aim stuff, and then I try to one-burst people because it's very satisfying. So that's how I play. I'm very right thumb heavy, as you can tell with all these buttons, reloading, firing, nades. Those 2 guns down there, I switch guns with my right thumb. Pretty much do everything with my right thumb, and then literally I just move around with my left thumb. So that's pretty much how I do it. I also have the mini-map. I could definitely go with having the mini-map very, like, no opacity on that. Not no opacity, full, like 100% opacity on that. That way you can see it very clearly. I feel like that's very helpful for me. Now that we've kind of touched on that layout and how I like to do things, just make sure, if I had to give any like key points for that, sliding into as many gunfights as you can, especially in respawn game modes. It's super important to slide into gunfights. It messes with people. As a thumbs player, you're strafing back and forth a lot. And with this gun right here that you're looking at right now, you do not need to have some pay-to-win variant of this gun. You just need the very base version of it. You don't even need a camo. All you need is the Black Bison. and you need these attachments right here. I've pretty much mastered this gun. I got to be like top 1% in the world, like just best players with this gun. Right here, the OWC light suppressor so that you don't hurt your ADS time. I think that's very, very important. You got this barrel, the extended light barrel, to add some damage range, but it also has like no cons, so that's very important as well. I like for people to like, you know, just pay attention to your cons, because I don't want to think it's right to hurt the gun so much. The disable, because it's allowed and it shouldn't be, but it is, so you might as well use it. The laser, because you should have that in all your respawn classes. That big barrel right there, don't ever use that barrel, just letting you know. And the most controversial part of this gun is I don't like no stock. You can see right there it says plus 8% hit flinch. I hate that. I feel like when I get hit by an AR, I'm getting hit by a Mack truck, and it really hurts me. I don't like it at all. I really hate it. I really do. So I use the OWC skeleton stock. It's great for ADS movement speed, which is great for strafing. ADS movement speed is better for strafing than having higher movement speed overall, like the no stock gives you. So I highly suggest you use this stock as a thumbs player, and then it gives you the ADS time as well. And the cons aren't that big of a deal. I know you see that YKM light stock right there. It just does not give you enough ADS movement speed to compete with this other stock. This one's just better. It just is. So this class setup right here, this is the go-to thumbs try hard class setup that I use. Anytime I'm going hard, I run this. It was my very first Road to Diamond video. I went like 52-7. So I highly suggest you use this. Very, very good gun. Now, I want to dive into a couple of other ones that have mythic variants that are way better than their non-mythic counterparts. So the Krig being the Ice Drake. If you don't have the Ice Drake, this is what I would run if I was you, and what I do run in my multiplayer games. I go with the red dot. If you don't have the blue dot on your gun instead of the red dot, I think you're doing it wrong. Personally, I would definitely use the blue dot. I just feel like it's crisper. The dot doesn't seem as fuzzy as the red dot is. It's kind of like in Warzone, where the blue dot holographic is better. The barrel, this is personal preference. I just like that I don't really strafe back and forth with this gun. I just straight up like try to take the gunfight with the good centering, and I play a lot slower with this Krig. So definitely a different play style with an AR, especially this one. ADS bullet spread laser, field agent grip is crucial, and then the Russell grip tape for the ADS time, and I don't want to hurt my sprint to fire time, so that's why I don't run the firm grip tape. But it's a personal preference thing. For me, I just, like I said, I kind of pay attention to the cons as much as I do anything else when I'm making attachments on my guns. Kilo, I've already made a video about in the Finishing Strong Road to Diamond video. I just made it this week, like 3 days ago. So not really going to touch on this too much. I already touched in that video. The most important gun this season, really the only gun that matters. You can literally hit legendary from rookie just using this one gun, because it's that good. QQ9, it's broken, sort of. It's really good. It's really, really good. Right here, this is your setup, no matter what. If you really want to in respawn, you can take off the suppressor and put on granulated grip tape. But this right here is the ideal setup. No paying to win here. These iron sights are perfect. I mean, it's really good for a free-to-play player to use this gun, and you can definitely do a lot, especially as a thumbs-only player. No stock does feel better with the MP5 or the QQ9. So I would definitely run no stock personally. That's what I put on there. I just think it feels great, and I would suggest it. Recon tack long barrel is crucial because it has like the cons for it. It's like just nothing. I don't even know why there are even any cons for it. The cons are nothing. And then it gives you some damage range. So that's huge. 45 round extended mag. That's better than the 10 millimeter. So definitely use that. Unless they buff the 10 millimeter down the road, then you can give that a chance. I'm going to hop in here and show you how I strafe. So big thing with strafing I will touch on is it's not as hard as you think. And the best way to do it for me is I do like a medium strafe, right? So as you can see here, you don't want to just, you see how I'm strafing back and forth? I'm not going really far left to really far right. And I'm not making like these super quick strafes. It's just in the middle. So you can see me strafe back and forth real quick. That's not really that efficient. You could just make these long strafes. That's not very efficient either, because then it's just like you're moving to the side as you shoot. You want to be right in the middle, right in the happy medium of those two things. So it's just like a medium strafe. You can feel when you're doing it well because you kind of drag players' aim back and forth. And if they're strafing back and forth, then it gets real frisky, you know, because then you're both strafing each other. You're both going to be a little missy on the shots. So that's how I do it. As you can see right there, that's a beautiful display of some solid strafes out of me. Here you'll see with the Bison how I strafe back and forth, how it feels. Definitely suggest these class setups for these two SMGs especially. I'm not the biggest AR player. Honestly, I think the KN is probably my most used AR this season. And it's good, but I build it like to rush around with. So I put no stock on it and stuff. So it's definitely a weird build. When I get a diamond, I'll make a Road to Diamond video for the KN and give you a class setup that I use as a thumbs player. And it might work for you too, because, I mean, it should be fine. That's just my 2 cents. I want to touch on the Swordfish. This is probably my favorite gun in the game. So, as you can see, I'm not moving. This is how I use it. I pretty much only use it exclusively in S&D and Frontline or TDM on Crossfire. That's literally the only times I use it. The objective is to one burst every time because it's super satisfying and feels really good. So, put on the Phantom Burst mod and boom, you can just... I think it's called the Halberd mag in this game, but just one burst stuff, super fun, super easy. Actually, it's not easy. It's pretty hard, but that's what makes it satisfying. That being said, I just wanted to kind of showcase that in this game. The legendary sight for that doesn't actually change anything, so it's not like it's pay to win. It's just pay to have, I guess. And then the DLQ, I'm a very basic sniper. I hard scope, okay? I hard scope like crazy. You know why I hard scope like crazy? Because that's what the scope is for. There's a scope on the gun so that you can look down the scope. It's not for you to not look down the scope and black scope people. So I hard scope like crazy. I don't care what anybody says. My job is to kill people, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot people with this gun. I'm going to hard scope. All right? If I die because my teammate's trying to quick scope somebody, I'm going to lose my mind, okay? That's just how that works. So I don't care how you kill people as long as you kill them. That being said, it's definitely much easier to hard scope, especially as a thumbs player, with the fire button on the right there that allows you to aim down sight and shoot. As you let go of the fire button, it's definitely very good. And then I have a very high sensitivity. I'm playing on 289, about 300 pretty much. I would copy that if I were you. I would kind of find your own happy medium, somewhere where you can hit shots but not be too slow, so like maybe 180. And that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. If you have any other comments, questions, concerns, leave it in the comment section down below. I will be answering every comment. Like and subscribe if you think this helps you, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.